we showed some resilience as far as getting into a defensive mode. Our defense carried us. I mean, we had some guys in foul trouble, couldn't get consecutive stops there for a little while, but then we buckled up once we got down 4 and showed resilience in that situation.
And offensively, I mean, a lot of the guys you normally rely on kind of weren't there for you tonight, but you had other guys. Scola picked it up.
Scola came, he had a flashback, I think. And that's what you got to have. You got to have guys like that to come through when you have guys that, DeMar got in foul trouble. Pat couldn't buy a basket. DeMar Carroll couldn't buy a basket. So somebody's got to take up and take up the slack, and that's what a team basketball is all about.
Dwane, best start ever for this franchise. Talk about the key to this good start.
Well, defense. We've gotten back to what wins in this league. We got to get all excited about the three-point shot, the analytical three, and all that. But I do know that defense wins in this league. The commitment to defense, and it's a long season. But again, this is a great example of staying with it. Our defense has won for us when our offense is not clicking and still not clicking. We got some guys, like he said, that hasn't scored, that hadn't shot the ball well, that will shoot the ball well, but until that comes around, our defense has to carry us.
Dwane, you talked about this morning in terms of withstanding their home opener and the emotion and all of that, and mental toughness. How much of it did you see from your club tonight as opposed to when it was still kind of growing a few years ago?
Well, he just asked the question. We were down 4, Jonesy, and our defense dug in. And I got to look and see exactly who was on the floor at that time. But we were struggling offensively, had nothing to go to, but we got consecutive stops. And that resilience 2 or 3 years ago, I don't think we would have gotten. And with this group, we did. We stuck with it. Guys that didn't shoot the ball well still committed to defense. We rebounded well. We, got the boards we needed to get.
Are you doing anything different with the defense down the stretch, or is it just better execution?
Better execution. The old saying is you don't know if a coverage will work unless you give ultimate effort. And you don't. That's what I told him in timeout. Hell, we don't know if it's going to work unless we don't get into it hard and try hard. And then if that doesn't work, we look for substitution. Then we'll change the coverage. So you got 3 options there to go to in those situations.
Coach Casey, do you think this is a build-over from last year in the playoffs? Did y'all just carry that momentum, kind of like y'all comfortable being in these tough situations? Like,
It's a few things. One, the addition of some tough-minded guys. DeMar Carroll gives us this air of toughness. Bismack Biyombo gives us an air of toughness. Corey Joseph gives us an air of toughness. When other things are not going, those guys fall back to their toughness, and that's what wins in this league: grit, grind, and toughness. Because it's an emotional game, and if you're not mentally tough, it's easy to cave in.
Do you think getting these wins early will give y'all some confidence going forward to build on?
Again, it's early. Again, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So we got to see. We got to maintain it. We got to continue it. We got a tough road trip here to continue tomorrow night. So it's about continuing the consistent mental toughness.
What are your thoughts on Kyle Lowry's play tonight?
I thought it was solid. I thought we tried to buy him some time, but we needed his toughness back in there. He gave us some big stops, got some big stops for us. And he's just a tough kid. But we were very mindful of keeping him fresh because it is a long season.